Match 2 time here on day 2 in Barcelona at the ESL CSGO Invitational. One bit of business before we start, and that is Existence, who unfortunately have now been knocked out. They're the first team to lose all 3 lives. We'll be doing a signing session in the next few microseconds. I was told they were going to be there already, but if you want to get anything signed over there in the next few minutes, you can do that. Which brings us on to our second matchup of the day. It is our second Spanish team of the day. Ole! May I welcome to the stage gBots. Mixwell, ¿cómo está?
Muy bien, gracias.
Sí. So, welcome along. Yesterday, you had 2 fabulous games. 2 games you possibly could have won.
Yes, we have to play like yesterday to beat EnVyUS today, but I think that they see that we can do damage, so I don't think that they will underestimate us like Fnatic beat yesterday.
When we chatted yesterday, you said you were 3 levels below the bigger teams. You were playing Fnatic, you said we're 3 levels below. Are you more confident today? Because you took them all the way.
I think we are 2 levels now.
Just 2 levels. Do you feel more confident in your ability?
Yes, yes. Really, really confident.
What will you do differently today then that maybe might just get you over the line, which will get you to the ability to beat Envy?
We just have to hit our shots and win the rounds.
And I saw you doing the map veto backstage before you came out. What map has been chosen?
Mirage.
And how are you on Mirage?
We're great.
Yeah, so lots of Spanish fans in the crowd, lots of Spanish fans I would guess who are watching right now. What would you like to say to them?
Muchas gracias a todos por apoyar y vamos a intentar ganar a Envy por vosotros.
What he said, thank you very much to gBots. They really did play fantastically yesterday. They had a chance of taking out 2 teams. Maybe this is the match. They do just that. Who are they playing? Well, it's one of the best teams in the world. Envy! Hola, senor, hola. So you are playing another Spanish team. How do you approach this? Because they looked pretty good yesterday.
Yeah, they had very good games. They were supposed to win against Dignitas. So yeah, we're going to be very serious about playing them.
If you watch their match with Fnatic as well, they seem to do things differently to other teams. When you're playing a team that maybe you haven't prepared for, how do you approach that matchup?
It's all about being solid and clean in-game. You must not make any mistake. You have to play your own game. And yeah, as you said, we don't have that much information against them, especially on that map. So it's going to be just all about being solid, confident, and playing our A game.
And are you going to be aggressive knowing that you're playing a Spanish team that's only got 1 life left? So if when you beat them, they get knocked out if you beat them in front of a Spanish crowd. Does that maybe change the way you play just slightly?
Yeah, it's more going to be mental. So we're going to try to get into their head and just try to counter them, get some peaks off of them. And if we can do that, I think we can just roll on and go away with the game.
And some of your play yesterday was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty still upset about how we play Fnatic. We played one good side and the other side we just completely threw it away. So yeah, we need to come back better today because we have tough matchups coming up.
I think they're commenting on what fabulous stubble you have at the moment. Listen, Envy, thank you very much. Take your places. Kenny, good to see you. Good to see you. So there we go, the second matchup of the day. Can a Spanish team do it? They took Fnatic all the way yesterday. They could have won their other matchup as well. This is going to be very, very interesting. Alex?
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself, OJ. Thanks very much there. And I mean, it's good to see Envy coming into this game with some respect. And gBots are coming in with a little bit more self-confidence. Those guys,
yeah.
Mixwell's got this kind of balance between like self-deprecation and just a little bit of kind of underwhelming presence. He kind of sits there and he's like, you're good, dude. You're good. You've done well, but it still feels like he's too scared to. He doesn't want to commit to that and say we could do well. We could play, play our own game. But he's already shown that gBots have got something good up their sleeve. And
They brought a few new little boosts to the Inferno yesterday.
yeah, exactly.
Of course, well, in the next map we'll see whether they can bring anything. But Mixwell definitely was one of the shining lights yesterday. Absolutely fantastic player, it seems, on this team. Lowell as well, proved many times, actually came out on top of a 1v3 again against Fnatic this time, so definitely has it in them. They're a dangerous team. I think they earned a lot of respect. You can see obviously the Reddit threads that were out there yesterday for their match against Fnatic. Definitely came a lot closer than we expected. We thought maybe the Dignitas was just a blip for Dignitas, but actually it turns out they're not too bad.
Yeah, not too shabby. I mean, what? So 16-14, 16-13. Is it fair to say we're going to be seeing the same kind of thing against Envy?
No.
You're thinking that's the end of the line for gBots?
Yeah.
Okay, you know the map. It is Mirage. The minimalist analyst desk over here.
No, I mean, listen, they had some good games. They should have beat Dignitas. That was definitely, that was rough. That was a match they should not have lost whatsoever. Against Fnatic, I mean, listen, it's impressive that they're able to get 13 rounds because regardless of what they brought to the table, and regardless of how you might think Fnatic played, even getting 13 rounds off of Fnatic, that's just kind of messing around, not taking it super serious. I'm not saying they were, but it's difficult to get 13 rounds against Fnatic. I mean, regardless, they're insanely skilled. But Envy coming into this completely different mindset, and also for Envy, with this alliance they have, this match isn't about, beating gBots. This match is about establishing control of the bracket for the rest of the day. So there's actually a lot more riding on this than just winning this one match. They want to keep control. They have to start, whittling down the lives of the Danes. And if they drop the ball here, I mean, the tournament's essentially over.
It's a huge point. I mean, the point we were making off air was just that because of the fact that Envy got to make that choice at the end of the Fnatic got to make that choice at the end of the day, giving G2 that opportunity for the win, immediately this entire day is in that alliance's court, their side of the court, and assuming everything goes to plan, this could be really tough for the Danes.
Yeah, they have to win every game to do that.
Yeah,
That's the plan.
At the end, the plan is here. Obviously, EnVyUS win this match, then they pit Fnatic against Dignitas.
Yeah.
They win. Fnatic wins that, then they pit EnVyUS against Astralis. And that's going to be a tough one. So, but let's say you're a fan of that alliance, so if EnVyUS managed to beat Astralis, then EnVyUS pits at the end G2 against Vect, and it goes on and on, right? So, but in the end, because EnVyUS and Fnatic have lost a life, and by the time they can only play that matchup twice, Fnatic, Dignitas, and EnVyUS Astralis. So even if they win all of that, then it's going to come to G2 having to play either Dignitas or Astralis. So
and
in
have
the
to
end,
succeed.
yeah, in the end, if they want to keep the ball on their side of the court, G2 will at the end of the day step up, but that is, going a bit too far forward, expecting that Fnatic and Envy are going to win all of their games.
Yeah, and I mean, you can't look past Astralis. This is definitely like, if everything absolutely perfectly correlates for this alliance, I know that CS is one of those unpredictable beasts, that there's going to be something crazy in the middle of today, which does kind of give them that rebuttal and give the Danes a chance to kind of continue this alliance, this duo, as it were, between Dignitas and Astralis.
I mean, they almost had that problem against G2 early on. Didn't they? They went to overtime. It was a real problem for them. I love the fact that the players, they're straight in a direct high line of where we are, and the Envy Fnatic G2 alliance, they got in early so they could get the comfy seats. They're all in the comfy seats. The Danes were in those seats yesterday. They got in early today, made sure they got them. So the Danes are forced on the hard seats now.
Oh no!
But they're all watching with eager eyes to see what exactly is going to happen as this day rolls out. We've got 8 matches today. We're only into game 2, so there's a long way for this. Alliance, and a lot of people at home might not know what the hell we're on about with the alliances.
It's true. Okay, so we should probably just keep returning to the whole structure of this tournament. We know how that works with the lives, but it does just come down to the fact that these teams realize that you can't really run this tournament structure solo. If you do, G2 learned it before. They basically came in initially and were like, no, Envy, we aren't going to ally with you. We're here to play properly. We don't want any help. We just want to, we don't want handouts, basically. It felt like that was their attitude. And then they quickly realized with Fnatic and Envy working together, they were going to be a target.
Yeah,
like the mouse sports of Gamescom.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even that, it's just, the Danes were the first one to have that alliance yesterday to start the day off with it, like right off the bat. Fnatic was like, oh, we don't have any other Swedish teams here, so we don't really have an alliance. G2 said no to Envy, so there's no alliances for those 2 teams. And so all of a sudden now you come in, and just that advantage the Danes had of getting that alliance started earlier, they have a big advantage in terms of their lives. I mean, there's 6 lives between the 2 Danish teams, and there's 6 lives between the 3 teams of G2, Envy, and Fnatic.
Feel sorry for the gBots, because obviously we heard from Mixwell yesterday. He's like, I don't understand why we're facing Fnatic right now, but we are. They're basically they were the cannon fodder that was thrown in front of it.
Yeah.
Vex will be the next sacrificial lamb, I feel, once gBots goes out. I mean, They played yesterday. They had some great games. Torp had a great 4K. It really turned things around. Mixwell was clearly the shining light, and Lowell also played brilliantly in there.
That Torp 4K, that was when Fnatic were doing their kind of their CT Arch wrap.
Through the wrap.
And it just went... It went south. It's not often that happens, actually.
The thing is, he only had an SMG, and I was like, why is he facing? Why is he facing? Because it was like the mistake's like just back into construction, pick one, back away, but he just popped out and just took 4 heads off. It was like, all right, okay, sure.
Yeah. Strong individuals, there's no doubt about it.
I mean, you rarely see that happen to Fnatic, right? That they get killed by the 3 of their players get killed by one guy. They're usually so good at trading kills. You know, that's why they're one of the best teams in the world. But yeah, it ended up being a close game. We mustn't forget that in both of the games, gBots won both of their pistols as well. Yeah. So they got off to a good start, you know, and it is, you know, talking about it time and time again. If you do win both pistols, it's a huge advantage for you coming into the game.
And haven't they won all of them so far? Like
yes.
4 out of 4?
Yes,
so
that's just what I said.
I mean, no, you said in that game you didn't say
in both of the games they won all of their pistols.
Okay. I'm so sorry.
Please listen to me, Alex.
I'm sorry, Yanko. Truly,
please listen to me.
Accept
and more
my
importantly, they won the rounds after the pistol as well.
Yeah.
They didn't give it right back because that's the crippling thing.
Which is pretty impressive considering they played Fnatic, you know, with their force buys and Dignitas force bot as well. So.
And coming into Mirage, I mean, what can we expect to see on that pistol? And how do you increase your chances of success on a Mirage pistol?
Like Mirage, like pistols in general, always have a you know, percentage of randomness and luck in them because in the end it comes down to who hits their shots, right? There are a lot of, on Mirage, for example, there are a lot of, you know, traditional pistol rounds on the T side, smoking off stairs and the connector area and, you know, trying to take control of that the CT spawn and so on. But I mean, you know, I think they're not going to have as good of a start as they did in the previous 2 games.
Okay, I mean, how do EnVy fare in their pistols? Pretty good, damn good, usually, as long as everyone is hitting their shots, which, I mean, when you look at EnVy, they're probably going to be hitting their shots.
Also the force buys. I mean, another team that's really dangerous on the 2nd and 3rd rounds.
Yeah, and I mean, when you're on gBots, when you need that strong start, you know, we keep coming back to this whole strong start thing. When you've got these very skilled individuals coming in with those force buys, the margin for error is so tight for gBots.
The thing is, like, Mirage is a pretty good map for gBots because it's like the Dust 2 of old, right? Everyone knows how to play Mirage, at least to a degree. It's a pretty simple map. You have like simple strats you can execute on your T side and so on. The problem is, unlike, let's say, Cash against, not Cash, Cobble against Dignitas, EnVyUS have a lot of places where they can, you know, go really aggressive on their CT side, which we saw Astralis do to Existence yesterday on the same map. I feel that EnVyUS is going to go for the same thing, right? Obviously, gBots have better players than Existence have, so maybe they can, you know, shut them down, but I think that EnVyUS is going to have a field day.
Yeah, and also, I mean, it's simple in the sense that we all know how crucial mid-control is to Mirage, but it's going to be harder getting mid-control. I mean, you're going up against Kenny in there with an alt. Yeah. You're going to have to take mid-control from that kind of a situation. So that's going to be the scary part for me is if Kenny can come out, I mean, is there going to be an opera on this team that's actually going to be able to challenge Kenny?
You haven't seen too much of an open presence, actually, have we?
Mixwell was open yesterday.
But then also, didn't I heard you talking about it, the whole 3
Kyrie
players.
Yeah, Mixwell opted.
Lowell as well, picked it up once as well. Or Canarito. Yeah, so basically, we've seen 3 members of the 5 pick up the op at one point or another. They've got that dedicated force of Kenny. That's a very good point, actually. That could cause problems in middle. This, you know, when it comes to EnVy, they've always had this little tag attached to them where sometimes it feels like they play a little, not puggy, but kind of they'll force by, they'll run at you, they'll play something stupid, they'll kind of let a couple of players off the leash. You know, I definitely think it's a fair estimation to say that that's a tag attached to them sometimes. Is that not going to work in their favor against a team like gBots?
I feel that it is. I think that the problem with these lower tier teams is at times they don't know how to deal with that aggression. They just, you know, get caught off guard by it. And, you know, we saw yesterday EnVyUS when both in the first game against Fnatic, when Keo and Apex had an amazing game, there wasn't much Fnatic could do. So if Fnatic has trouble dealing with EnVyUS when their players are playing well, it can't be much better for gBots.
And EnVy are going to come into this fully respectful. I mean, I was talking to them the other day when they was in the hotel lobby, and their main aim for this tournament was to work on their basics together. Obviously, they're going to be boot camping straight after this event. This is literally their warm up. They're really going to get into it. And they said, as a team, we want to work on our basics. Obviously, we've got the new shot called MBK coming in there. We've got Happy now let off a leash effectively, and we're seeing in the online matches when he's been playing, Happy has had this new lease of life. I mean, he's always been a great player, but now he's suddenly become almost a lurker role. It's just basically any role he fancies.
and you've hit the nail on the head regarding that MBK change. I remember very clearly after San Jose that discussion they were having. In fact, I remember dudes literally seeing, you know, NV management and NBK sitting down, and there was just pages upon pages of paper going around. They were really just basically, things were changing immediately after that moment, I think, for the French team. Have we already started to see big changes? In fact, never mind, because the game's already ready. I was about to go into a bit of a paragraph, but instead, pull the paragraph back. We'll save that. I'm sure we'll be seeing more of Envy a little later on. And I do not want to miss a second of this game. So why don't we just go ahead and jump into it? Can gBots keep us entertained for a third time? First Fnatic, now Dignitas, and now we do go against Envy. Let's see if they can do it a third time.
Yeah, it's been a hard road, I have to say, for gBots. They put up some good numbers, but going against both Envy and Fnatic is never favorable. We'll see if they can finally hit double digits again against another top team in the world.
Well, we saw them against Dignitas to open things up here. They looked incredibly strong. It was 14-10 in their favor. They actually lost to a pretty much eco round from Dig. They should have actually won that game. And they took Fnatic right against the ropes there. They came all the way. They actually know it. They know how to play. They kind of sell themselves a little bit short, I think, saying that they're 2 levels below. They do have the tools in their arsenal to actually take big amounts of rounds with these teams. Yes, yesterday they got both pistols and they had some serious, like, insane clutches going forward, but they do have a chance to. I'm not going to say that they're ever going to win it, but they're going to give us a good game, I think. I don't think it's going to be like a 16-3 like we just saw.
Yeah, I absolutely don't think that at all. I mean, there's way more individual skill, I think, on this gBots team. We saw Lowell with some crazy clutches. Mixwell's been massive on his impact, I have to say.
Yeah.
Kyrie wasn't massive in the Fnatic game, per se, but in the Dignitas game, he actually stepped up considerably as well. And they've got the ability to run the op on several different players, because we saw Kyrie go with it at one point. We saw Mixwell pick it up. We've seen Torp go for it as well. So there's been a few different situations where they definitely will double op, but they'll do it in positional situations as well.
Well, yesterday we saw the Danes in full control of the matches. It seems like the French side now are actually commanding where this is going. You assume EnVyUS is going to win this, and then they'll be able to unleash Fnatic on someone. You feel like that's where this is going, right?
How on point are those new jerseys for gBots too?
The orange jerseys, I'm not a fan of the orange. I think it's a bit hideous.
Well, I think it's beautiful.
Yeah?
Yes.
Why?
Because I like orange and black as a combo.
Yeah, it's a bit too much orange for my liking. I think you need more black.
You would say that, because your soul is black.
Yeah, I don't have a soul.
That you're not redhead. You have a soul. Whether you like it or not, you have one.
We're still, the jury's still out on that one. Looking like, I think the knife round has been done. We are waiting for the game to go live. I think the guys are just getting some drinks, getting ready on stage here. This will be the second game. We've got 8 today again, right?
8 today again, absolutely, yeah. And today, inevitably, teams are going to be going home. We've already seen it. We're about to see the game of gBots. So you were saying you would probably stake Fnatic against someone. I would say at this point, Vex have earned, this is my theory, okay?
Let's hear it.
Vex have earned themselves immunity by the fact that they did get the ball rolling in this sort of French-Swedish alliance.
So you think they're just neutral now?
I think they're no, I think they won't be attacked by the French.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they'll be attacked by the Danes. So, and I won't say when, but should EnVyUS win this game, and yes, we do expect them to, I think they put Fnatic against Dignitas. You start attacking Dignitas. The more lives you can steal away from just one of the sides of the Danish alliance, the weaker it becomes by default. And then, so you would do Fnatic go against Dignitas, and then you'd come right back. I'd probably do Astralis versus Envy after that.
That makes sense, right? You consider those strong matchups for this alliance going forward, and they want to stay in the driving seat all day here. I agree. Vex should have immunity unless someone does drop out. We'll be giving some intel here.
Oh, apparently this is the plan.
Some theory crafting going on right now. What have you got for us?
So it's not what we thought. Vex does not immunity. I don't know if we should reveal this, though. Can we reveal this live?
Well, this is predictions, right? It's not like what's actually going to...
All right, so the prediction would be that G2 Esports go up against gBots. Or sorry, EnVyUS, they go up against Vex. So EnVyUS versus gBots, EnVyUS win, they pit G2 against Vex, then it's Dignitas Fnatic. So they do get to Dignitas Fnatic
Vex,
eventually.
we don't think it's part of it.
So they're not part of it. They're not neutral, but it still does go to Fnatic Dignitas. I just assume that Vex wouldn't be touched. And then they go Dignitas, Fnatic, Astralis, EnVyUS. So yeah, we were right, we just didn't have Vex in there.
So Vex have been removed from...
Yeah, so they're not part of the alliance.
Safety.
Yeah,
Oh,
I thought they would just be considered immune, that they would just attack the Danes and leave Vex in.
Well, to be fair,
the theory might be, though, is if you leave Vex in, at some point the Danish teams, if they do get control, can use Vex as leverage to get back in.
Sure. Well, actually, this is the first time I've been part... Oh, I think we're on the way. Maybe you should take it away.
Well, we'll get into the pistol. Interesting theory crafting we had to discuss. Nonetheless, it's 1-for-1 traits so far. So once again, gBots doing good early on as Kyrie, though, getting removed by KennyS. And look how forward the positions are right now from EnVyUS. Already in the A site. Watch behind them, though. Mixwell, he shows up. He just walks in and gets in position because Happy doesn't spot him coming down the wall from jungle. And that actually comes out to be absolutely crucial. Look at Canarito. He gets a kill as well. Mixwell got himself in such a good position out of absolutely nowhere.
3 kills from the CT spawn retake. You can see the terrorist trying to get control of that area, but he's just ready. A lot of teams will try and do that. You can't just sit back on the bomb site and allow a CT retake to come in. You need to be swarming one area. But Mixwell holding strong there, finds 3 kills, and gBots once again get the pistol against a top team here. So they go up 1-0. EnVyUS did get the bomb down, and in true EnVyUS style will be force buying straight up in this second round as well. Happy still considering his buy that will be going in with this. Tech9's armor, and they have got a decent amount of smoke grenades as well. 4 players towards that A bomb site, very traditional stuff from them. Normally go in for full execution and try and get the bomb down, and you have that running gun potential with the Tech9 to swarm the bomb site here. You can see the CTs have got a scout and 3 rifles as well, so they are setting up for this, but the smokes come in, and EnVyUS making their move now.
And keep in mind, pistols were strong for gBots yesterday as well. Mixwell tries to get some damage done through the smoke. Kiyoshima pushes forward, and Mixwell is very smart to fall back. They know they had mid-control, but they've lost it. Happy gets there. As Kyrie goes passive on the window, he leaves his teammate for dead inside the connector, and now with another bomb plant, KennyS can try and hold from inside the site, and Happy just has to sit and catch off Canarito on the flank. It's going to be Canarito that wins it, though, and now they push on to Kenny, who does well to take down Kyrie. The trade has to come in right now for the CT's gBots. They're not going to get it. Lowell's on 5 HP versus 2, and they can play the bomb. They can just sit back and use the time. This surely is going to be an eco for EnVyUS. We'll see if Lowell can pull it. He's going to bait it once more, but no kit, keep in mind as well. 10 seconds, and there it is. MBK walks in.
Bouncing back straight away, a really nice execution, getting the bomb down in that smoke, and KennyS coming to life with that Tech9, picks up 3 kills. He secures the round, and it's a devastating for gBots there. They managed to go 3-0 in both their pistols against Fnatic yesterday. Not the case today. They'll be back on the force by now, getting the Desert Eagles on 5-7s. Interesting to see what their approach is. We'll see Kari not fully investing into this. He's going to just be on $1,500. We can see some aggression towards middle potentially here as Torp is going towards window. He's actually going to be sitting back a little bit here now. We can assume that EnVyUS will slow things down and see where the aggression comes in. Happy just holding towards Palace. Lau getting in towards that lower ramp area. And MBK and KennyS is holding towards the top of the middle. They'll be waiting for about 30 seconds here to see what comes about here, to see if they can hear any sort of footsteps, any nuances, and try and get that first pick and execute onto a side.
They've already advanced Apex up toward the lock position. Happy opens on Mixwell. MBK can hold the angle as well, but look at Happy just walking out from Palace, so they don't even really need to approach mid just yet. Happy's doing the work solo. Canarito's going to go down to KennyS when he does try and peek. Kyrie spotted at the top of connector as well, is now going to have Happy looking toward him from the Palace. There's no escape. Kenny gets the shot regardless with the M4, and it's all on Lowell, who's managed to get into the A slope. He's pushed forward and taken advantage of this position. He gets Apex down, but 17 HP. He's not going to be able to push forward to grab that gun. It's really just about doing economic damage. Good pop flash. Lowell again showing off some skill. It works out. All right, he doesn't get the kill, but Kenny does it for him.
Well, there it is. So he takes one down with him, but ultimately this is a pretty much full eco coming in from gBots this round. Assuming Kari is going to be the AWP on this map. We saw Mixwell having a go over yesterday, but we'll see how this one goes forward. This should be a very simple procedure for EnVyUS. Clinical round. I'll be surprised if they dropped a single frag against the Apex. Keeping himself on the Tech9. He just wants to get in positions first and just take down anyone that might be waiting for them. Not a single bit of investment coming in from gBots. This round is going to have USPs across the board, no utility. So it's just a matter of time before they drop this one. But EnVyUS bouncing back in. We're going to get the bomb down on the pistol and just going straight into those Tech9s and commanding the game here as we enter round number 4.
Keo, little nade in toward B. Does damage to Cameron. Narito takes him further down. He's on 31 HP, but he's still going to try and sit back. In fact, he's going to switch with Torp, let him go more aggressive to get that information. Meanwhile, Happy walks out from Palace again.
He's got such an advantage from that area, hasn't he? Just making sure he controls the map. And it's going to be MBK does spot one towards connector. And looking like EnVyUS do opt towards the short control here. Going to be getting towards ladder room as well. Just still scouting on the map. They've done so much damage to the CTs now. Just a matter of time before they start dropping off like flies there.
The issue with all this is Happy's had such success that they now have to give him the consideration, the time of day, even with the NA flash, even with the rifles, because he's getting the opening picks, and if they continue to be passive against that, the guy at connector keeps getting spotted, forced back, and Happy gets a second angle, so they're basically pinching the CTs within their own sight. So we'll see how they choose to play it now that the guns do come back up. 3-1. MBK going to stay with the FAMAS. He's got 9K in the bank already, 7K for Kenny S. They've really just built this up with the efficiency.
This is one of the rounds where they'll do like one of those fast execution, try and get the bomb down as quickly as possible. They know money is against gBots right now, haven't got a single kit. And Kyrie with the AWP, he has to do some serious work. They're going to be going towards window, and then looking at this is the execution I'm talking about. Straight away, EnVyUS going straight towards the A bomb site. Will be going for smokes in there, getting that same bomb plant down we saw in the second round. Mixwell, all the play over. They're actually playing pretty aggressive here. 2 players right up towards that lower ramp. Smoke's coming in, and Lau could do some serious work here. He doesn't get flashed.
With one through smoke, it's Apex. It goes down, but it's an immediate push to come back in. EnVyUS, they don't stop. And Kyrie was trying to watch for Happy that time instead with the AWP as he shifted back. Perfect flash. That lets MBK go by. Doesn't allow Keo, though. He's got the stop. Molotov to hold him in position. It's not a smoke, though, so Kenny needs to be careful. The hand was shown, and he's going to get the shot, Kyrie, as he waits it out. And now they've got the advantage. Turns back. Kyrie finds Happy in the bench. Good awareness as well. And suddenly MBK's left in a 1 versus 3. Bomb's been dropped. Does manage to get Canarito. That'll open up position. He turns back. Torp. He's got to answer that, which Kyrie's already done. It's 3 kills for Kyrie on 18 HP, but only 34 for MBK. A rifle might be the advantage if Kyrie can get to one.
Problem is, Kyrie has got vision of the bomb. He knows MBK has to cross to actually do anything with this. After those 3 frags on Kyrie, you feel like he is in a little bit of a disadvantage right now. The good news is, though, a distinct lack of utility from MBK. He needs to work out what he can do with this. Still has time to play with, so he knows that AWP is just poised and ready for him. Nice little positional awareness here, though, as he does push back the AWP, and will be able to get a plant now as well.
That was well done. Even to pre-fire, and he did go for the peak, but it pushes Kyrie. He can't be aggressive with that 18 HP. Bomb's going to get planted, and Kyrie's going to try and take advantage of the time while he's doing so. Gets in position, but MBK reads it like a book. What is that craziness?
Well, there it is. After Kyrie stepped up so massively, MBK answers back in impeccable style there. 3-on-1. He gets the first 2 players and plays the clutch situation perfectly. Here's the replay right now.
That is obnoxious.
That was crazy. Just goes with the spam and just great awareness from him and takes it down. Kyrie, though, has got to feel gutted. A massive round for the CTs there. They will be going back in with Deagles, but you've got to feel bad for this guy. Did such good work. It's surprising that EnVyUS allowed him to have that much control without not even smoking him out, but unfortunately for them, MBK stepping up massively. That's going to be one of the defining rounds of the game.
Heartbreaking for Kyrie after such a good effort, but
yeah, absolutely.
How smart was MBK on that?
That jump he did onto the box, is that was literally the only thing he could do to actually have some sort of advantage in that situation. Like, he had full control of the bomb, and then he goes to that boost, pushes him out of position, gets the bomb plant down in a safe area, and the wall bang. Oh, that was pretty sick, to be fair.
So they flash Apex into connector. That forces Kyrie in the corner. Be careful because he pulls the smoke out, thankfully. Happy and Kenny are there to hold on to it. They'll get kills apiece. Kyrie does good damage. His Apex misses a few shots, give him that opportunity, but still stays alive with 3. It's Canarito and Low inside the site. He'll finish off Apex as a result of that. Keep in mind there's low HP as well onto Happy, and Keo going down. Canarito could have at least taken some guns onto the floor, but he's not going to quite get the second shot. It's now going to be guns brought back up and the chance to go for AWPs immediately, but there's a pause call now. I wonder if this
will be technical, surely.
Yeah, it's too early to call tag.
Yeah, it's some Mixwell timed out. So good news is, I guess, for gBots here, they do get some maximum loss bonus now. They do get some serious cash rolling. They're not too far gone yet. It is only 5-1 here.
And the reason that I said that I wonder if they're considering before the pause came out, I was going to say I wonder if they're considering the double up setup, because they have gone for it in the past in multiple situations yesterday. So there's high possibility.
Before it was only Kyrie who could actually go for the AWP, so that's definitely a possibility going forward. You can see Mixwell's picked up the AWP as well, so I think he might be right. That could absolutely be a possibility here. They are just considering how they're going to approach this right now. There it is. It has come out. So we'll see whether some more aggressive playstyles will come in now. Kyrie was quite defensive when he got those 3 kills, but now he has another string to his bow. He has another AWP to work off him. They can be dynamic, use spawn-based play, and see what Mixwell will bring to the party here. He will be going towards the mid window, and Kyrie going aggressive in power. That's what I'm talking about. He actually wants to get this first pick and shut down Happy. He's been such a thorn in their side in previous rounds.
Happy's not going to give him that time of day, though. He's going to just sit back. Torp, meanwhile, finally getting some pressure applied to him at B. They force him back in the site. Insignificant for now. They're not going to pursue that. Just trying to evaluate the setup, and now they're going to go for mid, try and take that presence. And Mixwell has the AWP and connector, whiffs the first shot, doesn't get it. He has to fall back so far, and Kyrie's this is going to pull him back, because now he has to watch the top of connector, so it opens Happy's up. He gets the space now to work and try and get the picks. Torp, good aggression on Catwalk to try and compensate for the difference of losing mid, unfortunately going down to MBK. And the next 10 to 15 seconds will define the round if they try and hold on to these double ops or not. They've already rotated over to B, and I dare say if this bomb goes down, just give it up. Try and stay alive with all 4.
That's the thing, they've got no control of the A bomb side whatsoever. Kari coming in with the AWP from Connector for Apex and supplying the pressure. They're taking down Lau on CT spawn. It's just an absolute massacre here. 5 players remain for EnVyUS. Just going to be 2 remaining for the Spaniards. And it's going to be Mixwell with the AWP. And like you said, no real control in this round. They're going to have to go for the full save. And it's another very convincing round there. Pretty simple stuff there. MBK opening it up. And then the A-bomb site was completely for sale. And the CTs just having to bow out of this round. It's going to be 6-1 in favour of EnVyUS. Very clinical so far. After dropping that pistol, they've been absolutely fantastic since then, and this round is no different. Just working the picks in key areas and just winning the gun duels, and then making sure they stay as a pack, getting on those bomb sites. Bomb goes down, and then Apex coming to life there as well. So looking like the CT's ball save, we have got Happy searching out here towards the B bomb site. He notices where they're going to be, and it's a fantastic job from Kiyoshima to take down Kanarito. 1 player left, just behind the bench. Happy finds him, and that's the orb dropped as well. So it's going from bad to worse for gBots here. They are maximum loss bonus, as I said, so they do get $3,400 into each round. Can do a partial buy into this one. Going to be pistols, body armor by the looks of things, and actually some head armor from Lau. Interesting decision considering he knows he's up against 5 AKs. Didn't drop a single frag there, EnVyUS, so wide by head armor is beyond me, but anyway, he fancies it. And oh, goodness, okay.
Kyrie again. That was very well done. Hey, welcome to Windows, everybody. ESL just showing off.
Matt, you're going to have to do radio cast. Let's go.
All right, we got this. It's Kiyoshima and Happy to follow it up. They're trying to right now approach through middle. Another issue that gBots definitely are having is trying to control and contain this. Maybe we saw once Connector was given up last time, what that did to the setup of the 2 AWP players is Canarito inside right now. The window room is going to be the last alive versus 4. He does have both the armor and the 5-7 to work with, but economic damage is really the name of the game. Happy's low enough that if they could find them.
Hello. You look handsome
might
today.
Work out. I don't. That's a lie.
No, I'm lying.
MBK, though, does go down. So there you go. He actually finds one. Now he has bombed down. He's going to try and pick up a gun. Canarito, we might just get back in time. Thank you for putting this on someone's screen because Canarito's got 3 crazy kills. Apex manages to put him down, but that should never have gone that far.
Well, I'm not really sure what to say. Didn't really see much of that round, but Canarito looking like it was interesting towards the end. It does get 3 kills. It does come down to 1v1 in the end, but stepping up, finally winning another 1v1 clutch there. And it's going to be another buy coming in for gBots. I think that
Kenny's timed out.
Okay, that gives a time at least
cameraman
to
on
sort this
point.
out.
I appreciate the cleverness because that was a sick play to catch.
We got that just in time. That was actually really cool. We actually managed to find that. So our spectator has timed out, guys. So we will be getting back in the server any second.
Rushley never really timed in, let's be honest.
Well,
if I'm honest.
It might not be him. There's 2 spectators.
That's true. That's true. But I'm just going to assume that it is.
We'll see how we get back. This is the best time we could have hoped for a pause. So,
yeah, this actually is it's perfect because it gives us a chance to get back in too. So, Kenny's made it back, however. So if we don't do that soon, unfortunately, we're going to have to go with on fleek cameraman again. He's still in position. Look at him. He's ready to go.
We've seen 2 amazing displays of skill here from Kari and then Canarito that time. They are showing they can compete in these high pressure situations. They just haven't been able to get over the finish line in these rounds so far. But scoreline is going to be 7-1 in favour of EnVyUS here. We do go into another gun round. Just a single orb setup this time. This time it's on Kari. We'll see what he can do with it. Going towards the window for now. Not going to be smoked off. Going to be boosted up towards short as well from ladder room. Looking like some B horse control from Kiyoshima. He wants to challenge Canarito toward the B horse. We'll be smoked out for now, so we'll battle out that situation. No real aggression shown from the CT just yet. We have got Kyrie off towards short, looking towards middle. Not going to spot anything just yet, but should have some confrontation momentarily. As Happy as this time gone for lower ramp control instead of Panis.
And I like that Kyrie's trying to take this approach on catwalk instead because they've been giving up mid so much, and the smokes in the window have been so effective from EnVyUS. That boost was smart, but doesn't work out. Torp's in a great position to capitalize. Needs to get around the corner. He fails the second jump because he gets tagged up, and Kiyoshima is able to capitalize. The boost was actually quite clever because they had a feeling there would be someone on catwalk.
Yeah, and they would have got that pick there, but they did get spotted by Torp. He gets 1-for-1. It's not going to help out too much in this situation. Kiyoshima going down low.
Yeah, Oles actually got himself in a good position to cover off Connector on top of the box. And he's got Mixwell watching Palace, so he can afford to be there. Happy's taking a different approach, though. He wants to come up the Connector as MBK is going to try and take advantage of window. Canarito wins that. That box mid some more. Watch that need, though. Canarito just on the other side of the chimney. So it'll keep him alive. But now they do have Connector to work with EnVyUS, and Mixwell's going to have to be extremely careful, as Happy, I mentioned, was trying to work up the ramp instead. He's already got the Tetris. Good play from Mixwell. Drops the bomb. Now they know he's there. Traded, though. Good play from Lowell. Even better awareness because they knew that it was going to be a pop-out play. And it leaves just Kiyoshima, and Lowell, again inside the site, plays it very well.
Well, there we go. Torp opened things up. Go through, spotted the barrel of the AK-47 in the boost. Gets that first frag. Looking like they went down to the 4-on-4. It looked like they may have been out of that round, but they managed to pick up the frags. Good crossfires coming on the A bomb side there. And finally, get their second round here after a huge deficit. I think that was, what, like maybe 7 in a row? And gBots here. Not out of the woods just yet. This would mean a full reset coming in, so they need to make sure they win this round. Can't afford to go down to a double eco. It was pretty much a full investment back into this round. Matt's posing for selfies right now, so that's why he's not talking. But
Happy. Sorry, I can. You can go. We can go. We're all going to go. Apparently, Happy's going to go. Kiyoshima, rather, with the bomb, and that's Kanarito with an aggressive stance. Now, that is interesting because bomb down that early, but it's in a position where there's going to be a straight brawl. There's nowhere to get clever with a crossfire on the CT side. So if they do lose this, they lose members and give up the bomb quickly. More importantly, this lurk on the connector, or rather on the catwalk, would have pincered them inside of the apartment position. So Kyrie has to win that shot. Does. Kenny goes down, but they've already lost one in that kitchen position. Happy through the smoke as well, takes Kanarito and bombs up.
we've got a
It's
backstab
grabbable.
coming in
You're dead
from
right,
Mario,
though.
So this is actually a really key position for him. It does spot Happy. He's low HP. Should be able to get a kill. Surely finish him off. It's going to be the kill coming in. And now it's 2-on-1. Apex with it all to play for. 1 minute on the clock, but no control of the bomb. It's down in the B apartments. This should be a must-win situation. I can't see it where they can lose this round. Apex going to have to do something absolutely godlike here to even get a single entry into this.
He's got 40 seconds and a Molotov, though, so he could try and force them back away from this. He's going to actually spot Kyrie. No, Kyrie's there. AWP pre-aimed on the position. The second he shows is the second he dies.
Well, there we go then. We said gBots needed that round to stay in it, and more aggressive play from them, getting in behind and making EnVyUS feel very uncomfortable there. Not going to break the economy just yet, but this gets them a step closer. You can see Happy on 4K. The rest of his team on around 2K average as well, so we'll see what happens here. Kenny has picked up the AWP now. Looking for any aggression coming towards the top of middle. We haven't seen too much of that in the CT yet, but Mixwell changing things up this time. He's going to be pushing for his own smoke here, going for that aggressive play, just looking to see if he can hear anything, but it's looking like a beat apartments approach coming in from EnVyUS right now. And as they do go for mid as well, his next frag from Kenny to be vital.
Yeah, flash out. It's close, though, and that smoke will cover off Mixwell. He might actually play inside this. He's going to hear them go by, but he gets spotted. Just the gun barrel, just enough. And Kenny's reaction's that close. It would have been great to see it from his perspective, but it looked like Mixwell would make the play.
It's a difficult position for Kanarita there, getting flashed out. They're trying to react to that frag being going down now. Torp on the B bomb side does manage to take down Kiyoshima. Can he do anything more of this? He does. Gets a double. Unfortunately, though, Apex will take him down, and that's full control of the B bomb side now.
They haven't put a lot of pressure on Torp, hence why we haven't been saying his name as much, but getting 2 kills to try and negate the damage to make the retake more possible. It's definitely a decent job done. However, Kyrie, now Molotov'd out inside the doorway, isn't going to have any angle. He's hoping that someone's going to try and push him, try and take the fight, but EnVyUS far too disciplined for that. There's no need for unnecessary peeks at this point.
Oh.
Kyrie, get your gun back out, the nade. I understand the intentions, but the timing is off, and as such, there you go. Happy dunks it back in on him, and he'll follow up by taking down Lowell.
Yeah, Torp, the only player picking up some frags. They're looking like he was holding strong. But unfortunately, that B take coming in from EnVyUS is making sure those early frags coming in. We saw Kanarito struggling. He did go for the pop flash on the balcony, but there was just too many players there. Overwhelmed him, took him down. Torp managed to get 2, but it was not quite enough. And that's the difficult situation now for gBots. Not going to have much to play over. It's going to be a full force buy, though. You can see scouts coming in. Desert Eagles, 5.7s body armor. Mixwell's on that scout play. Not really sure what he's hoping to achieve here. They're going to be going in for the flash boost onto lower ramp. MBK waiting for them, though, with the bomb. They actually open things up and take down Kiyoshima.
Rip Kyo. Second time we've seen a sick Deeg come out.
You saw them actually, they were getting poised to push that lower ramp, but as soon as they get their kill back, you know what, we've got the man advantage. Let's actually play more defensively now. Let's make EnVyUS work for this. Mixwell going back for the jumping shots, and it's Apex to take him down. Great shot.
I think the intention was to get a second member there so they could push together and grab the rifle, but unfortunately get spotted out. Happy's got Lowell, and now things shift very, very deliberately toward EnVyUS' side. Happy didn't spot Torp getting underneath of him. Flash out, bounced off. That will blind him up, but it also catches out inside the site. More importantly, Kyrie. And he's going to hear Torp heading up the ladder to try and juke him out, get him behind, and catch Happy off guard, but he's not going to have any of that.
It's just going to be Kanarita now left at a scout in a 4-on-1. He'll get this shot. Unfortunately, MBK gets the better of him, and it's going to be EnVyUS taking another round. That's 2 in a row, and after that force buy, it feels like gBots don't really have much footing into this. It's a mixed amount of cash on the board for them, so going to be getting Deagles once again. It's going to be 3 in a row by the looks of things for EnVyUS. It'll be interesting to see whether gBots bring some aggressiveness to this one. Haven't really got much to play with. We saw a lot of teams opting to go for that 4-man stack towards middle and try and surprise the T's as they went towards that area. But it's looking like a very fast A approach coming in from MBK. He's even the charge, decent spawn, going to be going for straight up headshots here.
To try and snap back toward the player at jungle. And MEK with a flash goes over. He's got 2. He's looking for the 3rd as well. He's going to find it quite quickly.
There it is.
His teammate MBK gets Kyrie and Lowell actually through his Happy, but it's going to be, in the end, Canarito going down towards CT. 4 kills for MBK in the round.
It looks quite pretty, but it was quite simple, to be honest. Just rushing in and not really much to work with for the CTs. It is getting completely wrecked there. Decent flashbang comes over, and MBK just enjoying himself there with those 4 kills on the board. But it's going to be 10 plays 3 now, and finally we do have another buy coming from gBots. No kits once again. It's going to come down to Kyrie. Can he do something with this? He's going for that Palace play once again. It has been Happy that's been challenging him. This time not going to be so, as he's going towards lower ramp. And we can see 3 players for gBots going towards the B apartments. Mixwell's the first one to drop. They have done damage though on towards Apex, and Canarito now trying to capitalize on that and pushing himself.
Keo, though, does win that exchange. Now they've lost 2. Be careful, Torp, because he has nade out. He wants to try and smoke that off, slow things down so they can recoup. Try and find a way back into this round. Kyrie's going to try and anchor the A site by his lonesome, and he's going to find Happy to start it off. That's the only pronged approach at the front of the site. So his connector position actually comes into play now in a rather strong fashion, though. But he wants to force this issue, Kyrie. He's feeling quite confident, I have to say. And look at Torp as well. So this is good pushing from gBots because they know they're down. They know they need a map control. He's got 1 low HP on Apex, a massive opportunity to try and take the lead in the round. Unfortunately, it's all on Lowell now inside of B, but he's going to drop the bomb from MBK. He's going to look back out as well. Quick little taps toward Kenny. 1 HP, though. That nade comes in, lands at his footsteps. But look at the HP on EnVyUS' side. They'll follow the nade up onto Lowell, but a massive chance for Kyrie. It's 5 and 2, and he's going to hold the AWP.
It's the problem now.
Desperately wish for him to go to the pistol.
Yeah, he can't really do much of this. Burning his arms a little bit there as well. Takes damage through the smoke, and it's going to be Apex just obliterating him there. What we said, he had an opportunity with such low HP, but unfortunately it wasn't meant to be. We go into the final round here. gBots, no money to play with, just going to be back on maybe Famises, Scouts, Pistols, and a dream, I would say. It's very unlikely they can take this final round. It's currently EnVyUS 11, gBots 3, looking like it's going to be that 12-3 scoreline. Good, like, they actually have good reactions, gBots going forward. They are, when they're losing men advantage, they're actually pushing into B apartments and actually pincering the T's. Unfortunately for them, just not managing to get the multiple frags they needed. Only 1 gathered each time. Happy does go down to 3 HP here towards the lower ramp, but manages to get away with his life. Mixwell on the max 7 here. You can see they're not really much footing here. They're pushing up towards middle, but it's Mixwell at the top with the max 7, trying to hope his teammate Kari can do something at that scout, get a tag off for him. Mixwell, my friend, if you were to push that position, you're in a lot of trouble as Kenny S is waiting for you with that at the top of mid.
Thankfully, he'll fall back, at least initially, but the flash, he wants the peak regardless. Kenny not able to hit the shot. Mixwell now falls back. He's got the information. There's no need to pursue this any further, so he goes in toward ladder. He'll just sit in that position as well and try and hold catwalk because another smoke has now been deployed on the window. And Apex is soon going to lurk out from underpass. Torp's the one waiting. He's normally been on the B site. They've rotated him around because he's got the rifle. He's got the shot. No damage really done. It takes Apex down to 62. He's got to fall back. So map control gained again from EnVyUS as they now have pretty much all of mid at their disposal. And Kyrie down to 9 HP on a peak, but good one from Torp as the smoke dissipates. Not another one out. They just get it in place, and he gets ahead of it. Mixwell now with the shotgun as well pushes back out from that ladder room. However, things start to turn as Kiyoshima and Apex do find a kill apiece in return, and it's Lowell onto Apex. That was actually quite well done. Good timing again. Happy's gated off, and Lowell's got it. Kiyoshima. It's all onto Happy's got 3 HP. And gBots have found their way into this round. Canarito going to get clever and try and walk silently up that ladder. Happy, very likely, is going to overlook this, but he spots him as he turns Canarito still going to hold the shot. It's 11-4.
Somehow making that last round buy work for them. Going for the aggressive plays offshore with a max 7 does a lot of damage as well. And Happy left in an unwinnable situation in the 3-on-1 with 3 HP. He took that early damage on the A ramp at the start of the round. So somehow gBots do get that final one. I guess they have something to work with here. They need the pistol, that goes without saying. As they switch over to the terrorist side now, we'll see how they approach this one. You can see the buy coming in now. It's 2 sets of armor so far. You would assume with the utility they've purchased right now, Canarito should be getting a smoke as well. He's actually gone for armor, so they've got 1 smoke to play with. So to me, that suggests going towards middle, just smoking off the window or connector and trying to get up short or maybe executing towards B as quickly as you can. Let's see where they do decide to go. EnVyUS with full sets of armor once again. And they're sending 3 players towards B, so they're probably looking for frags here.
DK going to jump up, perhaps get aggressive with the P2000. So more commonly, people are going back toward this, but Mixwell with the Glock has not only killed one, but look at the damage onto Kenny as well. 7 HP as he falls back.
You got headshot in the process of trying to jump up there. And finally, we do have that first play coming in, and it's the advantage for gBots.
Happy's in a decent position inside B as well, though. So even though Kenny's low, Happy will get information from that. Apex is pushed. Is he going to see the guy above him, though? That's the bigger problem. Good shot, Canarito. Where's the response? The guy above has to take the fight. Kyrie doesn't land it. Apex with an incredible shot.
Oh my god, that was absolutely sick from Apex. How does he come out on top of that situation? That refrag should have been there all day long. Happy now, pushing off towards short. Does spot one toward underpass, but just going to fall back with that information. You see he's taking a reasonable amount of damage here. EnVyUS do have the man advantage because such low HP. gBots definitely still within a chance and still have that smoke as well.
Happy, good position, better shot. Does bring it back to 3 versus 3, and the HP on both Apex and Kenny now comes into factor because they have no utility, no kits. 37 seconds. But there's armor on all three, more importantly, gBots players to go against them, so it's going to have to be perfect accuracy from the USPs, and Lowell's going to try and lurk onto this A site, lock them down, walks in. Apex again is hitting ridiculous shots. 2 mid-air headshots now in this round.
Well, actually, he was trying to get that distraction play onto end. It's actually kind of worked. Kenny S has decided to drop back. He's only on 7 HP as well, and 2 players on his screen. He can't stay alive here, or can he? Somehow hits the godlike shot onto Mixwell, drops the bomb as well, and that's to put Torb in a very difficult situation. With 8 seconds remaining, finds that second goal on the Kiyoshima. We go down to a 1-on-1. Can Apex continue his form?
And is he going to read where Apex is coming from? Torb, he's backed out, he's exposed. But he hears the shots just coming in at the last second, and now he's got the advantage in this situation because Apex is on 22. He just needs to hold it together with the Glock. Can't find the shot yet, and Apex again! That is the most insane pistol round I've ever seen!
That was absolutely sick. What a round from Apex there, pushing down that lower ramp and finding those 2 amazing shots there, and somehow gets 2 more as well. Nothing but headshots, and that 1-on-1 clutch. You didn't think he had any footing there whatsoever, but somehow comes out on top. Incredible stuff there. That's one of the most impressive rounds I've seen in the USP in a long time. That's kind of crazy. That little ramp push, the fact he got the first kill, there, I just took it right now. How is he not getting refragged in this situation? Comes back, there's like a jumping shot coming in there. Oh my god.
And he's on 22 HP for the rest of the round. Hits a 3rd headshot as the player drops off balcony.
Kenny S got a really nice shot though on 7 HP as well. He just had to find one. He did it with perfect style there. When we go into round number 17. And gBots not going to, well, they did get the bomb now, so they're going for AKs here. So they're going to be just getting some upgraded pistols and looking for that 3rd round by. EnVyUS answering back with 3 rifles, 2 SMGs here, decent amount of grenades to work with as well. So we'll see what gBots bring here as they are getting top of mid control. We have got 1 player, Torp. He's made it to the end of Palace, a Desert Eagle. Has taken a reasonable amount of damage, but opts to fall back now.
So Happy SMG close on catwalk. Boost coming in toward mid. Kenny's in a good position to compensate for this. They're actually going to leave Mixwell there, so now it's all about timing. They'll distract elsewhere, try and pull Kenny's attention toward the jungle, and then jump in, but Kenny's not fooled. He's too quick, and he's going to get 2 as well. It's Canarito finally getting him down in the end, but it's all him now, 1 versus 4. He's found out by Happy. We'll close the round in favor of EnVyUS, and despite the scoreline, I have to just look back. There was 2 1-on-1s in the first half. We saw how close that pistol was. There's been a number of rounds that gBots have made this a relatively close contest.
This was when they were against Fnatic, they were winning those clutches. That was the difference. They were winning both pistols and like getting a little bit more luck in those clutch situations. Their players stepping up massively. Unfortunately today it's been EnVyUS with that absolutely incredible fashion in the clutch situations, and now it's going to be the force buy from gBots. They get the AKs out and body armor after getting the bomb down in the pistol. So we'll see how EnVyUS can hold on here. They've still got an MP9 onto Kiyoshima, but 4 rifles still to play with. We'll see where gBots decided to go. Getting fast mid control here, smoking off window, trying to control the connector zone here. Canarito spotting it out, trying to get a little bit of spam going as well. It's actually lower ramp that EnVyUS are more focused on. They've got that MP9 pushing as well. Flashbang presumably will be used to get Kiyoshima in a more decent spot as gBots make their way up towards short.
So Kenny and Keo to try and fight forward in this smoke. Flash goes through. They'll try and turn it back. Keo takes advantage of it. He pushes in. They lose the rifle, but the MP9 wins. Keo will quickly grab the M4 instead. And Lowell and Mixwell now. With Mixwell in good position, has to be said, taking over that ladder room. They're going to try and hold on to mid, but that flash coming through. It takes Keo a little bit of time, but he will win the duel. And swap to his 3rd gun in the round, then AK-47, but there we go. Mixwell, good position, and Kyrie walking in. Things start to turn. Kiyoshima not able to hit the shot toward Mixwell at mid, needs to get this one fast because they're approaching behind him, and it's a nade from Torp. It's now on NBK. Bomb's going to be planted in the open, though it does get down. Thankfully goes down, but either way, NBK gets quick before they can get in positions, and it's going to be a swift defuse.
NBK with yet another clutch situation there. This one it's a little bit easier this time. Both players lining up for him. Comes round, just takes down the bomber, and so he gets planted, and then the last remaining player for gBots in a horrible position, standing in the open, trying to cover his teammate as he planted. He gets sprayed down with the FAMAS as well. They get a plant, so it's something to work with in terms of the economy assist. That's the lineup working perfectly for NBK there. So they do get AKs and Galils, but only one smoke map. On a map like Mirage, it's just not enough. They're going to have to go do something very fast and smoke off the window or connector, stick together and walk back up. kennyS does manage to leg Kari, but he takes a little bit of damage himself, and you can see that mid control coming in right now. Smoke goes in towards window.
This is actually forced Apex back, so it's a double CT stairs position as well for EnVyUS. Torp to come out now that smoke's dissolved. Apex is in good position, though, from the sandwich to try and hold him. Spots his shoulder, tears his head off. Simple as that. And now they've got the front of the site covered off. Kiyoshima's looking toward connector. So as you mentioned, although the mid control is very good, it's being slowed considerably.
Well, now they've got nothing to work with. They have two flashbangs. They need to find some frags. Kari's going to be dropped by the HE from Kiyoshima. Mixwell is towards Ladderim, but not really much to work with as of yet. It's going to be a flurry of frags that keep coming in. For EnVyUS, is happy takes down low. Mixwell does reply, but still a 4-on-2 situation here. They don't have the bomb just yet, and no real advantage in terms of position. So CT's now able just to push in the back as well. We've got Apex in towards T-spawn. He'll be slowly making his way towards the top of middle. But Mixwell making his way into the window room here, trying to find anything he can.
Canarito still trying to get up this stairwell, is going to let Mixwell get in a better position so they can try and do battle against the two EnVyUS players. But look at Apex's lurk. He's got to the top of middle. That negates anything that they can possibly do together. And Kenny's going to close the round again. It's now map point for EnVyUS. And if what we saw is correct, then it'll be Vexed coming up next.
Well, that's a prediction, right? That's people speculating. But I think if they are at the Alliance now, that kind of makes sense. That's another team you can kind of grind down and keep the French teams and the Fnatic in it. So that would be kind of interesting. But yeah, there we go. Back to this game, of course.
Yes.
15 plays 4, and now gBots with just Tech9s and Deagles here. They have got some utility. You'd assume it's going to be an A execute, judging by the setup. Just going to put the smokes down, try and get the bomb down. But unfortunately, Matt, this game is over. I don't see them getting 11 in a row to kind of take this to overtime. And
once again, I mean, the scoreline not really indicative of how close some of the rounds have been.
Not.
I mean, another game that I think gBots have earned respect in, but let's see if they can make anything happen with these pistols. Again, Apex in a good position. Fires at Torp, takes him down, but Mixwell's there to trade it. Thankfully, Kiyo's also aggressive, though. There's one smoke masking him, but they've got everyone covered off. It's Canarito, it's Kyrie, last two alive, and Canarito actually gets himself beyond jungle, jumps over the stairwell, and now he's going for the AWP. Spots up, NBK rotating, takes him down to 19 with a shot, goes for the second one, can't land it, but now he's got to be careful because they know his position, and Kyrie is still just trying to come up from connector. Another nade kill from EnVyUS. They're utilizing them very well in this game, and it's 22 HP. Kyrie gets only one more. That'll do it, 16-4. EnVyUS move past them, I won't say with ease, but the scoreline was definitely quite
convincing.
Yeah, one-sided in that sense.
Yeah, they got 4 rounds in their CT half. It just wasn't enough, unfortunately. After winning the pistol, they get locked down by the Tech9s, and from that point, it was just complete rot for the CTs. They weren't able to get back into it, but it was a decent effort. Like we said, there was a lot of clutch situations there, lots of 2-on-1s, 3-on-1s. NBK winning that round on A bomb side against 3 players. Like, that was such a defining round of the game. Had they won that, it could have potentially broken EnVyUS and gone forward at a much more impressive scoreline. We've seen some great plays there, some great individual performances from gBots. They will be out of the tournament, the second team to drop out in as many games. We've only seen 2 games today, and we have to say goodbye to 2 teams. But EnVyUS now get a nice warm-up. They're looking very strong, and they will proceed forward. And they get to choose now who will be eliminated. Well, who will be playing the next game, I should say.
Yes, because it won't be an elimination
game.
No,
it won't be.
No matter what. Yeah, because G2 is still with 2 hearts.
And Vex is as well. Right?
Actually, exactly. But we'll find out right now if that's what's going to happen. OJ and NBK.
Thank you very, very much. Just to say before I forget, because I will do and I get my bum kicked if I do, there will be a signing session with this team, with the gBots, 20 minutes over there. So if you want to get anything signed, 20-minute signing session over there. The scoreline probably doesn't say how tight that matchup was.
Yeah, once again, we managed to take control of the economy early inside, and that made the whole game. There were some tight rounds, the 1-on-3, that just completely broke their economy as well. So, yeah, we got the good rounds on our side.
And that second pistol, that was silly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to have good players on my side. Apex just went completely nuts and managed to just destroy them. So yeah, that was one of the key round again.
So then let's talk about what's going to happen next, because you're the team that's just won, knocking out the second Spanish team, you sons of guns. Let's talk about who's going to play next. I'm going to try and guess, because Lee Smith was just showing me his working outs. He thinks he's worked out what's going to happen the rest of the day. So put your thumb like that. If I get it right, up. If I get it wrong, down. He reckons the next matchup is going to be G2 versus Vexed. Yeah, that's what the next one is. Why is that the next matchup?
Basically, we have a whole plan. We know the Danish guys that were trying to get to work together yesterday. So now Fnatic, Gamers2 and us are going to just break their alliance and kick them out of the tournament.
The French Republic is back. Let's break them. Thank you very much. Amazing play. So there we go. We know the next matchup here in Barcelona at this Invitational Machine. It is going to be Vexed taking on G2. D-Man was right.
D-Man was right. I mean, I don't want to. You're taking
I
full
can't-
credit there,
I
Lee.
can't
You're taking
take credit.
full credit.
I can't take credit.
No,
I
thank
can't
God.
take
Okay,
credit
phew.
for this.
Okay, do you want to? So basically, the theory crafting behind it has been done, of course, by our own team and the other teams. They were all working it out.
Graham backstage has basically figured this out.
Delayham, you know.
Delayham, the guy that delays all the tournament, you know, all those big problems yesterday.
All him.
All
entirely his fault. Nothing to do.
Out, yeah.
Nothing to do with Crim's config at all.
Messioso, if you want to tweet to him.
Messioso, at Messioso, yeah.
That's MES.
He's the guy you see on stage. He's got the stupid red hair.
Apparently that's changing soon. But admins aside, boys, this was, I think NBK kind of summarized it perfectly by saying we had control of the economy. That's something that gBots managed to find more so in the other two games. This scoreline reads a lot differently.
Definitely. I mean, they did win the pistol round, gBots, but then, you know, EnVyUS just did their thing. They won the second round after that, broke their economy, and as MBK pointed out, that 1v3 from him, it was a really beautiful play. Although it was also a misplay from gBots, because you're in a 3v1 situation. Why peek? Where are you going, boys? Like, you know, you dropped the bomb as well. So first the guy from CT goes, peeks, dies. Yeah. Then after that, guy from Connector dies, and it left Kyrie in a 1v1 with 16 HP, and that wallbang
and
from...
that was stupid.
Thing of beauty.
Was great. Yeah.
Thing of beauty.
It took you some time to see it.
I was literally trying to buffer it on this Wi-Fi.
Oh, did you miss it?
I missed it the original time around. But
I mean, to be fair, it was it's just like, what? We went, oh, it's good.
Really ridiculous.
I mean, I felt a little sorry for Kyrie because he got 3 kills in that round, and he kind of had 4 kills from the majority of the first half. So it was all in that round.
I mean, that's one of those rare matches where there's such a disparity in the scoreline, but that very easily could have been 10 rounds for gBots. 11. I don't think they were ever in danger. I don't think Envy was ever in danger of actually losing. But I'm glad that MBK mentioned that, you know, they won those crucial rounds that broke the economy. They gave them you know, in a couple extra free rounds. Yeah. They win that second pistol. And if they lose some of those rounds that it looked like gBots had the massive advantage, I think the scoreline is much closer.
Yeah, and I mean, you just come back to that 1v3 where you said gBots just kind of made those fundamental errors. It's those situations where you sit there and you just go, they need to plan. They need to plan. One person left. It's all under Nathan. You're on that CT side, and you said already when you identified that Kyrie halfway through that game only had 4 frags, and 3 of them were from that 1v3. I think gBots definitely are going to still... I don't think there's going to be too much disappointment on the Spanish side.
There's also a couple of times where they just randomly would push through a smoke, and they did the same thing against Inferno. I think of the B play, on Inferno against Fnatic. That one play where they were in a 4v2, and then they just pushed through that smoke. And Torp did it again, down connector, just randomly decided to push on through. It's like, why did you do that? There's 2 in underpass. They just sat waiting for you, and it opened things up. And it's just those little bits of play that just literally probably lack of experience more than anything, lack of just a slight bit of knowledge, and maybe you can get away with it against lesser teams, but against a team like Envy, a world-class team, they're going to be sat waiting for you the other side.
Yeah, and I mean, we now know the next game's going Vex G2, right? And we've identified where this could snowball out of control. What's the best opportunity for this to go towards the Danes, for them to have an opportunity to come back? Is it the next game after this one where it's going to potentially
so
be...
Dignitas versus Fnatic's the next one. So Dignitas have to come out on top of that. But the big one after that would be Astralis versus Envy. That's the one that could easily
win.
Because at the end of the day, they have to take lives of Dignitas and Astralis. They're both sat on 3 lives, and somebody has to start taking lives off Astralis and Dignitas.
I mean, the problem with that, with this Astralis EnVyUS, is it's like the big one, but EnVyUS historically have a great record against this lineup.
Which is probably why
Fnatic
have gone, we'll take Dig, you can deal with Astralis.
Yeah, exactly. So on paper, you could even see this working out for the French-Swedish alliance.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to be finding out
all day
after
long.
the,
I want to go back to that second pistol round, by the way. I'm just want to rewind that because
what,
that was
Apex?
silly.
Yeah,
that was
sure,
naughty. I mean,
sure
Apex should not have lived in that refrag. The trade. Like the man that was just on top, just before the ramp, he should have been dead then.
Yeah.
Like he just came around the corner, and the guy just like, oh, there's a guy below me, and like you're above. There's all you see is the head. The head is there.
Yeah, but then Torp comes back and makes it a 1v1, and everything's like,
I know, it's just
6 out of 6 pistols now.
Yeah, so close. But that could have been very different. But still, it would have only been a T side. They were already 11-4 by then. That took it to 12-4. So yeah. But good performance from gBots, though.
I think that's going to be the kind of the be-all and end-all of it for gBots, is that we want to see more of you. I know the community do. I know the viewers were loving seeing them take it to the big dog.